Okay, folks. So I realized I had to poke a hole in the plastic tube. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Might be a little too big of a hole. Let's see what happens. I don't know if I need more hardener or not. I mean, the thing is, you need it to be spreadable. We'll find out. So I'm painting some of this on. And then I'm going to dab it in there. Okay. Alright. And now my hands are gooey and I'm afraid to pick up the camcorder. I'll show the next part of the face. The second one. And I'll get...
Yeah. That one guy, Brian.
Okay. We're still rolling, trying to get the... Let's see if this works. Ooh. Trying to get all the hair holes out, or any air bubbles.
You can take it back and get it tinted. Yeah, so that way you don't... Can't have that tinted?
Okay. Maybe I'll wait the 15 minutes, see how this is working. I don't know if it's going to harden or not. But that'll be a good indication, I guess, to see if I'm doing it right. Okay, it's 15 minutes later. I think it is starting to harden. So I think I'll keep doing that. I might add maybe one more drop or something to the next batch. But the problem is, I've always run into a problem. You know, they say, well, if you use the whole bottle, use all the tube. If you use a quarter of the bottle, use a quarter of the tube. If you're using a small amount, put in 14 drops. But what I often found is that a lot of times when I follow their instructions, a lot of times it dries way too fast for me. So I just find it rather difficult. You know, it seems like, it should be very simple and all that, but, I just find, I think the problem is that, I think they're, you have to know what temperature they're talking, you're working in and all that. Things are going to probably be a little different according to the temperature. So, I just find things dry really fast with me. But I may add one more drop or two, but I think this is drying. So, but if it doesn't work out, I can always redo it. But it's kind of it's the challenge now. But anyway, I'm going to put on the rest of the patch. Okay, people, so I've applied this the best I could. We're going to see what happens. At the end, I was kind of using 7 drops. Not intentionally, my hole in the tube when I cut it was a little big, so it wound up, excuse me, pouring in more in than I meant. So we're going to see how this works, if it works well and stuff. As time went on, when they had said, I thought to dab it into the tray to brush the top layer with a paintbrush, and then to dab it into the solution and put it on top, and then use the little thing to smooth out any air bubbles. As time went on, I got to the point where I just painted both sides. Yeah, there. I just painted both sides rather than dab, and I thought that made it a little less messy when you compare my earlier attempts to some of my later attempts. And then once I applied the patches, I went over it with one more layer, painted just a little bit more on top of it. So we're going to see if this works. As I said, I'm an amateur, so, well, I don't know if I've said it, I've said it in the past when I was working on, Selena. So either this will be a video on how to do this or how not to do it. But either way, either it'll be well, it can be educational both ways. You'll learn how not to do it if I screw up, and probably everybody will have a good laugh. And if I do succeed, then you'll know how it's done too. So anyway, I'm going to go inside and take a shower. Hello everyone. Well, here it is, and it's dry, and I have to admit, even though I was a little sloppy with it first, I'm very pleased with it. It's dried, and it's quite hard, and I mean, I was a little sloppy with it, but it kind of dries kind of flat, and it's hard now, and I have to say I'm very pleased with it. Yeah, worked really nicely. I wish I would have used this the first time. Of course, in the end, I don't know how good it'll be with endurance. We'll have to find that out. But this is great. So, the only one I might be a little worried about is that this one's got a little bit of an edge that's didn't seem like I managed to cover, but no, it looks really nice, and it dries flat. So yeah, this is the Bondo fiberglass, and it's a Bondo fiberglass. I'll show you guys maybe the box a little later if I have. I think I already did though, but yeah, this is nice. So we'll see how well this. I'm going to be painting over. I'm going to be spray painting over it and all that. But we'll see how well it endures. So this is the end of day 2.